Okay, guys, I'm back. Technical mathematics paper one. So now today we're gonna focus on algebra. Algebra, yes. So 1.1, 1.1, it could come like this and come like this. So expect two things, Galo, in your examination, in your March examination. So okay, let's solve it. Let's solve it. Okay, 1.1.1. So, yeah, 1.1.1.1. So, 1.1.1. We have 3x into x minus 4 equals to 0. It's easy. The only thing you do here all the time when you see this format, you're gonna say 3x is equals to 0. 3x is equals to 0, and then we want x, so you divide by 3 both sides, and x is equals to 0. And then you say, or you take this thing inside this bracket, and then you equate it to 0. And then the rule is saying you transpose this -4. And when you transpose this -4, it's going to be negative on the other side. So you're going to say, and then your x is solved. Sometimes it could come in this format. So we have bracket x minus 4 and then x plus 4 is equals to 0. The only thing you do here is just say you equate this thing to 0. Minus 4 is equals to 0, or x plus 4 is equals to 0. And then x is equals to, because it's negative this side, so we're going to transpose it, is equals to 4. And then or x, because it's positive this side, and then you transpose it, you make it jump, it's going to be -4. And then you are done. Just done about that. So sometimes this thing, it can come like this: x into x plus 6 equals to 0. This is 1.1.1. It could come like this. So it is still the same thing as this, but here you are not going to divide anything. You're gonna just say x is equals to 0, or x plus 6 is equals to 0, and then x you transpose, so it's gonna be -6. When you transpose positive number, it's gonna be negative, and then when you transpose negative number, it's gonna be positive. So okay, let's get to what do you call this, 1.1.2. 1.1.2, it could come in this format or this format. So let's check. Okay, so let's just it is 2x minus 1.1.2. 2x minus 1 equals to 4 over x. Let me check. I did the same thing. Okay, 2x minus 1 is equals to 4 over x. Okay, guys, see, if you see something like this, it's easy. If you see something like this, it's easy. Just think about we have here an invisible one. It's just an invisible one. That one is seen by us geniuses, you see. Grannies and grandpas are so old to see that one. So us as technical math students, and we are so genius to see that. We are so clever to see that one. So you just say all the time, when you see a fraction, you use 1. You use over 1. So you're gonna say 4 times 1. 4 times 1 is 4, and then you're gonna times this by this. You see, like cross multiply, you cross multiply, né? and then it's gonna be x into 2x minus 1. Please use a bracket, and then you get inside, use FOIL method, and then x times 2x squared, and then x times -1 is negative x. Again, it's negative x. You can't say negative 1x. You can say negative 1x, but now come on, you're so old, you can't say 1x is x. It's only x, né? Because there's a 1 here that is visible, and only us geniuses who can see that one, né? Okay, and then now we are gonna transpose this to come this side to equate this thing to 0. So we're gonna say 0 equals to 2x squared minus x minus 4, because this side is positive, this side is gonna be negative. So okay, now we're gonna use a quadratic equation all the time. Use quadratic. Don't try to be genius and want to use what you call this to factorize, like, oh, you could get it wrong. Just use quadratic to make things easier. Just make things easier for your life. So let's get on it. Okay, so the formula is like this: x equals to negative b plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Ne? This is a, this is b, and this is c. Come on, guys. When you see where I see b, I'm gonna substitute negative x, ne? But now it's gonna be -1. It's gonna change to -1. So where I see a, I'm gonna substitute 2x squared. When I see c, I'm gonna substitute -4. Yeah. So let's substitute negative, this negative b -1 plus minus b -1 squared minus 4a is 2, and then c is -4, and then over 2a, and then negative times negative is positive, so it's gonna be 1 plus minus square root, and then 2 times 2 is 4, and then let's calculate. And then now you're gonna put this thing here on the calculator. You're gonna say bracket -1 squared minus 4a. Our a is 2, and then minus c -4, and then it's gonna be 33. And then after that, you're gonna say x is equals to, or x is equals to, and then you just put this thing both sides, like you're gonna say 1 plus square root 33 over 4. So they could say to you, correct to 1 decimal place. So when you're gonna correct this thing to 1 decimal place, you're gonna say 1,7, and then you are done, and then you change the sign, and then it's gonna be -1,2. You see, it's gonna be -1,2 because they said correct it to 1 decimal place. Okay, so let's move on. We have this thing 1 point. I will show you this on my next video how to do it. It's still the same as this. It's just easy. So 1.1.3, we're gonna say so it's gonna be 1.1.3 4x squared plus 3x equal or greater than 1. Yeah, so we have something like this. So here what you're gonna do is you're gonna say CV, critical value, and then you write this thing the way you understand it. 4x squared plus 3x is equals to 1, and then you transpose this one in this side, and then you equate this thing to 0, and then you're gonna say 4x squared plus 3x minus 1 equals to 0, and then you solve it by using a quadratic equation again. So you use the same equation equation. So you're gonna say one space here, x equals to negative b plus minus, and then b squared minus 4ac over 2a, ne? And then here we have a, here we have b, here we have c. It's 1 here, 1, ne? So and then you substitute. So we're gonna have negative b, we have 3 plus minus, and then b, it's 3 again. So 3 squared minus 4a. Our a is 4, and then c is negative 1. 2a, a is 4. Then negative times positive is negative 3 plus minus. Then square root 2 times 4 is 8. And then you put this thing in your calculator. Let's put it. Gonna say bracket 3 squared minus 4a negative 1. So it's 25. Then you're gonna say x or x is equals to, then you start put this thing on a calculator. Negative 3 and then your first x is equals to 1 over 4, and then you change the sign there. And the other x is negative 1. Because we had this sign, we are not done. You're gonna do this thing like this, and then you're gonna say x, and then you're gonna put negative 1 here and 1 over 4 here, and then you are done. So guys, please subscribe, because tomorrow I'm gonna show you how to solve a simultaneous equation. It's easy, 7 marks. Please subscribe, and I'm gonna show you this 1.2 or 1.1.2 format. I'm gonna show you it tomorrow. Please, if you subscribe, you're gonna wake up knowing this thing. I'm telling you, just subscribe and you'll see miracles. Thank you.